To configure or change anything on Linux, you need to edit a specific configuration file. To write or edit files, you need a text editor. There are text editors that work in graphical mode and text editors that work in the terminal without a graphical interface. Since most of the administration work is done in the terminal, you need to learn how to use the text editor that doesn't require a graphical interface. They are called CLI or command line interface editors. There are a lot of such editors, and among them we can mention VI, VIM, Nano, Pico, or Emacs. In this course, we are going to use a text editor called VIM, which is, by the way, the most used editor and the default one for many Linux distributions. VIM stands for VI Improved, as VIM is based on VI, and VI is the original text editor on Unix released more than 40 years ago. Everything in VI is available in VIM, plus some extra features. If VI is always available on any flavor of Linux or Unix, depending on your distribution, VIM should be installed or not. To install or update VIM on Ubuntu, I'm running sudo apt install vim. And it's installing it. And on CentOS, sudo dnf install vim. Vim is a very powerful text editor and it offers extensive text editing options. However, in this introduction, we are going to focus on exploring some of the more basic functions and commands, the ones that are required for basic file editing. Keep in mind that Vim is not so easy at first sight, but once you learn how to use it, you'll love it. If you try to open a file using VI, like VI and the file name, it just opens it in Vim because VI is an alias or a symlink to Vim, both on Ubuntu and on CentOS. In this example, the file was opened with Vim. I'm exiting the file, typing :WQ. As you notice, VI is an alias to Vim. Let's get started with Vim. To use Vim on a file, you type in Vim and the name of the file using a correct absolute or relative path. If the file already exists, Vim will open it for editing, but if it doesn't exist, then Vim will create the file. I'll make a copy of an existing file to show you the basics of Vim. I'm copying the SSH server configuration file from /etc/ssh to the current directory. So cp etc sshd _config and the destination the current directory. And I'm opening it with Vim and the path to the file. Vim is a model editor, and that means it has three basic modes of operation: command, insert, and last line modes. When you open a file in Vim, you are in the command mode. In this mode, characters you type get interpreted as commands. Like X will delete the character currently under the cursor, or R will replace the character under the cursor. I'm pressing R and 6. And it replaced 1 with 6. To get back to this mode from any other mode, just press ESC 1 or more times. I'll tell you a secret. When you are in a mode and get stuck, press a few times the escape key and it will take you to the command mode. To start writing text as in a normal text editor, you need to enter into another mode called insert. To enter into insert mode, from command mode, press lowercase I and it will insert the text before the cursor until you press ESC. So I'm pressing I, I'm in the insert mode, and I can write like in any other text editor until I press ESC. Remember that when you hit ESC, it enters the command mode. Now I'm in the command mode, because I've pressed ESC. If I press the uppercase I, it will start inserting the text at the beginning of the current line until ESC is hit. I'm in the command mode again. If I press A, the lowercase a, VIM will append the text after the cursor until ESC is hit. An uppercase A will make it append the text to the end of the current line. And the last two keys are lowercase o to write the text on a new line below the current line, and uppercase O to write on a new line above the current line. So in a nutshell, to enter insert mode from command mode, type I, A, and O, both lower and uppercase. The third VIM mode is known as VIM last line mode. You can only get to the last line mode from command mode, and you get into last line by pressing the colon key like this. I'm in the last line mode. After pressing this key, you'll see a colon character appearing at the beginning of the last line of your VIM editor window, and the cursor will be moved to that position. From VIM last line mode, you can do all sorts of things like saving the file, quitting the file without saving it, and so on. Let's quit VIM without saving the file. I'm writing Q and an exclamation mark, and I'm hitting enter. I quit without saving. I'm opening the file again and making some changes. I'm typing O to write on the next line. When I'm done, I'm pressing ESC to go to the command mode again. From the command mode, I'm pressing colon and I'm in the last line mode. To save the file without closing it, I write W and an exclamation mark. And I'm hitting enter. The file was saved. If you want to save the file and then close it, in the last line mode, type WQ and an exclamation mark. I'm opening it again. One of my preferred shortcuts or commands while in the command mode is to save and quit the file quickly and easily by typing Shift and double Z. So I'm pressing Shift and Z 2 times. That was the basics of VIM. You can now perform basic file editing. To go deeper into VIM or just practice it, run VIM tutor and VIM will open a tutorial file. You can freely work on it because it's a copy. Next time you'll run VIM tutor, it will open the same original file without any of the changes you have done. I'm making some changes. And I'm saving and exiting the file. I'm running VIM tutor again. And I'm seeing the original file. In the next lecture, we'll dive deeper into it and I'll show you many other useful VIM features. See you in a second.